and mannerisms and act right when they're young, they won't develop those skills when they're older. They're going to have a harder time. They're going to be disobedient. They're going to have coconut heads. They're going to get in trouble with the law because they're not going to know how to conduct themselves. So when we wake up in the morning after we say our prayers and brush our teeth and sit down for breakfast, we're supposed to talk about the Lord. Throughout the day, we drink, you know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be talking about the Lord. Day and night. Bedtime stories. Where you think that come from? Said it right there. Read that again from the top, brother, verse 7.
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 7. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them. Shalt talk of them.
Diligently, the word diligent means of having good work ethic. Busting your ass.
Right.
Not being lazy. Which goes into loving the Lord with all your heart. Putting your love into it. Putting your all into this. You think Michael Jordan was great because he half-assed and was lazy? Or Kobe Bryant? Or LeBron James? These athletes are what made them great. Apart, they had the gift. That was a gift from the Most High, their athletic ability. Because really, these athletes are the warriors of our ancient nation. But these devils know, right? These are football players, our basketball players, our baseball players that can swing the bat at whatever miles per hour to hit a home run. In the ancient world, they was able to swing a sword so hard it would slice your head like knife through butter, and they know this. So they take our athletes, right, our gladiators, and they put them in the sports arenas. But these ancient warriors that are known today as athletes, why are they so great? Because in the off season, while everybody's partying after the NBA finals and bullshitting, Kobe Bryant was dribbling that basketball. LeBron James was dribbling that basketball. Michael Jordan was dribbling that basketball and getting better and he's the best shooting guard. He was learning to be the best defense player. He was already good with the defense, learning to assist and getting his passes up. Every year, build what more of the Lord. And we do this iron sharpening iron by all of us talking about it. And stop bullshitting, man. You know what I'm saying? Because when you lay up, matter of fact, you could get me lay up treasures in heaven later. You know what I'm saying? But where your treasures are, that's where your heart is. So the Lord said, lay your treasures up in heaven. That was it on that. You had a precept on it? To bring that precept out?
I mean, I could.
I thought you wanted Israel being, what you call it?
Sense and salvation, yeah. Bring me Matthew 13. You could bring me lay up treasures in heaven, which I think is Matthew 19 and 19, I think. You could bring me 13.
Matthew 13, verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
Right, so everybody says, Jesus came for everybody. But why did he say the mysteries is given unto you, is chosen, but to them is not? Because not everybody's given the Holy Spirit.
Right.
That's just how it goes. It's not our movie, it's the Lord's movie, the Heavenly Father. Some people gotta play the antagonist, some gotta play the protagonist, and some are just extras in the back, just filling up space. That's just how it goes. Be glad if you're a part of these people. You know what I'm saying? If the Lord has that light in you to receive this knowledge, because this knowledge is the light. The work of Jesus Christ, YAHAWASHI is the light. So if you have that light in you, be glad that you have that light so you can shine it forth into the darkness. But he said, to some it wasn't given. So what's the other people that don't have it? They're walking in darkness, obviously, because they're living backwards. Go ahead, continue.
For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away, even that he hath. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they see not, and hearing they hear not.
So their ears work, but they can't receive the knowledge. Their eyes work, they see the cars, they see the skies, the buildings, but they walk past us and can't see us. Why? They hear me shouting, raising my voice like a trumpet, but they're not hearing that. But if I would have been on the corner, clapping, dancing, saying, yelling some bullshit, if I would have been breakdancing on the street, everybody would be throwing chains. Yeah, good job, you're doing good. But I'm speaking the word of the Lord, they don't want to hear that.
Right.
So their eyes work, their ears work, but they still can't receive the knowledge. Go ahead.
Neither do they understand.
Neither do they understand. My man that came up talking about that book is fake. I can disprove you. I can prove that Jesus never existed. You know what I'm saying? But if he really had understanding, then he will bring the evidence and break it down instead of being belligerent. Another thing is that a lot of people read it. Yeah, there was a clown that came last week. Yeah, I know that Bible. I read it multiple times from back to front. So if you know it, why are you out of order and not making sense? Why are you incoherent? Because you read something doesn't mean you understand it. A child can learn through a calculator what is 12 times 12, or what is 1,343 times 704. But if you don't, through a calculator, you can know that. But if you don't give them the understanding of how to do multiplication, if you don't teach them basic arithmetic, adding, subtraction, multiplication, division, he ain't gonna understand calculus. He can know with a calculator, but he ain't gonna understand it's the same thing we're reading this Bible. So you can know these words, and, you know what I'm saying? You know the word before, you know the word heaven, you know, that doesn't mean you understand what's being written. So go ahead.
Real quick, you remember back in school, when you took a math test, like one of the big tests, they'll say, give your answer and show how you got it.
Show the work.
Show the work. Exactly. Show how you got it. That's how you do it in the street. You got to show our work. It says prove your work.
Yeah, the teacher. Hey, that's a beautiful. Damn, brother. I totally forgot about that. See, there's a lot of things that we learned in school that just flies over people's heads. And the school system is bullshit, but there's a lot of things in it that is actually, like, if you think about it, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing I grabbed.
I got it in big short claws.
Beautiful. And the scriptures talk about proving your work. You know what I'm saying? Showing your proof. Like, if you're gonna come up to somebody and say, the Bible is bullshit, then you're proof. You know what I'm saying? For people that lack understanding, they can't explain things, neither can they prove things, neither they truly understand it, and you know what they're asking. Go ahead. Or you want to put the piece of the introduction? Yeah, keep reading.
Matthew 13 and 14.
Let's start with start at 13.
Matthew 13 and 13. Therefore speak I to them in parables.
So the Lord spake unto the people in parables and metaphors, okay? Symbolically. Go ahead.
Because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah.
Okay, the prophecy of Isaiah. Because in Isaiah, this was written years, centuries before the Lord was born, that this is going to happen. Because one of the curses is our people are stricken with madness. All right? For disobeying the Lord when he brought us out of the land of Egypt. And that's why our people just the demons are so crazy, so backwards. There's just some people that just not work the baby. No matter how many, man, if you tell somebody that you show them, the next door neighbor, he bought a blue SUV. And that person says, no, he didn't. Yes, he did. Look, I'll show you the video. And you can show them the proof that they still won't believe it. They'll debunk it. Man, you know what I'm saying? So that's why the Lord didn't waste his time with that. He spoke to them in parables, so the message is for the ones to receive it. Go ahead. Because this was prophesied before he came on the scene.
Which says, by hearing ye shall hear and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see and shall not perceive.
So they're not blind and they're not deaf. Well, you just can't get it. Go ahead.
For this people's heart is waxed gross.
This people's heart is waxed gross. Okay? This total disgust, darkness, walking in all the lusts of the world, doing what thou will. Like those demons, I'm sure y'all heard about it, you brothers. That 15-year-old that got murdered in the Bronx, that was false. Did you hear about that, brother? Right? He looked like the person that they was hunting down. Identical. But that wasn't him. But for people to just commit murder like that over a woman, you know what I'm saying? That probably wasn't even his woman. I keep hearing different things. It was, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just retarded, you know? It's, man, listen. There's a lot of darkness amongst our people. And especially those of us that grew up in the ghettos, we know this very loud and clear. You know what I'm saying? But like the sister that was here, that's what we're here for, the sinners that want to repent. Because you could have been a murderer, a drug dealer, an extortioner, whatever. You can repent and come back to the Lord, and you got to transform your mind. But then there's people that will not receive that. They don't see. Go ahead.
And their ears are dull of hearing.
Their ears are dull of hearing. They're just not trying to hear that. I ain't trying to hear that shit. They want to argue. So I got to sit there and listen to their nonsense. And their lies that can be debunked. But here we are of a sound mind. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want to receive it.
And their eyes they have closed.
And their eyes they have closed. People walk by and they turn away. There was a little kid that walked by before and he said, "What's this?" Because the little kid recognizes the image of Jesus that they put in the church. Well, he saw the horns on this devil, which this is not who the world calls Jesus.
That's right.
All right? This is Cesare Borgia, who was painted to be the Messiah. And the little boy saw it. And his mom was like, Ma, look, horns. Jesus, but why? And then she just pulled them away. Turned her face and pulled them away. That's exactly what happens every day. You have more children that come up and ask about what we're talking about than you have adults. And that's why the Lord said to come as a child and who is the greatest in heaven. And about being reborn, that's another parable. About being reborn and be as a child. It's not saying kill yourself or transform yourself. You gotta renew your mind and be humble like a child. Be ready to learn. Because a child is curious as hell. A child wants to just soak up knowledge. It's like a sponge. It wants to soak up information. But that's the thing about our people. Once they pass a certain age, the majority of them, that's just how it goes. They're stuck in their ways. That was it.
At least any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears and should understand with their heart and should be converted and not should heal.
Right. So if our people wake up and decide to hear the messengers of the Lord, to open up this book and read, to see, right, the broadcast, see, where they got eyes to see the nonsense that's going on. Because how is it that pedophilia, you got men that are running for senate, men that are running for governors of different states, that are running representatives, future presidents, they're running the office, and they're pedophiles, and they're pushing for pedophilia. But if you get open, but if you got eyes to see, you'll be like, nah, man, this is wrong, and you wouldn't support that darkness, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you wouldn't be afraid to speak out against it. You know what I'm saying? Because what we afraid of? That they're going to take our life? Come on, man. Lord didn't give us that fear. What do you know how to peace out? Bring me Mark 2, 2nd chapter.
All right, now this is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 12. Basically goes into what you're talking about, everybody, there's going to be a set number of people that have this. We're talking about a parable. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 12. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the spirit which is of Yahawah, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of Yahweh. Which things also we speak, not in the words which man's wisdom teaches, but which the Holy Spirit teaches, comparing spiritual things with spiritual. But the natural man receives not the things of the Spirit of Yahweh, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned.
Right, so you have the natural man, the Lord said, and the spiritual man. And hey, we got to thank the Lord for giving us this internet, because it's part of the last days. The information is at the fingertips.
Right.
So we've been given this knowledge freely because, man, we didn't go to no theologian school paying tens of thousands of dollars that these devils set up to learn this Bible according to their interpretation.
Right.
This was given through the Holy Spirit, because the Holy Spirit, as the Lord said, will teach us all things and bring us to remembrance. And in fact, you get St. John the 14th chapter. It's sad.
You said you brought up the internet. In these days, the internet is beautiful, but it also goes back to the point of the brother saying, like, people got different eyes, different ears, because as beautiful as the internet is, you can find knowledge on it. You can fall into darkness on that also. That shows you it's going to go right and left.
It can be a stumbling block.
Uh-huh.
Right? So yeah, this is a lot of, man, that internet can pull your brain so many ways. Definitely true. So for those that have learned from the internet, that came through, because I came through the truth through the internet, how to go through hurdles. Well, see, that is a testimony right there of the Lord, giving his sheep eyes to see and ears to hear. Like the brother just read. Read again about the spiritually discerned.
Chapter 2, verse 14. But the natural man receives not the things of the Spirit of Yahweh.
The natural man, because the natural man is the worldly man that is given into this world, and the institutions placed in the society that train us how to think. So this is the knowledge and the traditions of men, right, of this world. That is the natural man. How about you guys? Bless you too, brother.
For they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned.
So they're spiritually discerned.
Right.
They can't tell spiritually right from wrong. They have their own understanding. So knowledge and wisdom is foolishness unto the natural man that is spiritually discerned. You talk to somebody that isn't interested in learning anything, stuck in the same repetitive cycle of insanity, and you talk to them about something you read in the book, they ain't trying to hear that. They're just trying to go through the system, get this welfare or get this paycheck, pay the rent, get whatever food, groceries, then they got a little bit of money left, and you're stressed out and it's the weekend. Get these cigarettes, get this weed, get this liquor, whatever drugs, and enjoy the weekend, because hallelujah! Hallelujah. The Lord's coming back soon. The Lord's coming back soon to bring down these devils and raise up his angels.
That's right.
Right? But see how people don't want to hear that the Lord is coming back to raise up his angels. Because when our people work Monday through Friday, the spiritually discerned, they see Saturday and Sunday as shit, it's party time, shake my ass and party. When you could have used that time, shit, now I got time to myself. What is something new that I can learn to build myself up spiritually?
Right.
Because everybody wants to be called a king. Now the new thing is calling ourselves kings. So ain't nothing new. But how the hell are you a king if you're still stuck in the same pattern of insanity, doing nothing that is beneficial that can contribute to the family? Because if the family structure is out of order, we can't have a community. And if the community is out of order, we definitely can't have a nation, which is why we're in the situation that we find ourselves in.
Leave it up there.
There's more on that?
The bottom.
Yeah, because I had you read again.
It says, but he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judge of no man.
Right.
For who hath known the mind of the Lord, that he may instruct him, but we have the mind of YAHAWASHI.
Right? So when we become the new man, we have the mind of who the world calls Christ. All right? And when we become blameless through the Lord, these people that are not spiritual, that's the judge of no man. These people that are not spiritual can't judge us because they're not judging us according to the law, statutes, and commandments. These people want to judge us according to their own hearts and what they deem as correct.
Right.
So when we're amongst our old friends and we change and we say we don't want to smoke anymore, our friends in the world tell us, damn, that girl's looking at you, she wants you. Nah, man, she got a man. Then fuck that. It don't matter if she got a man. You're not gonna have sex with her man. You're gonna have sex with her. Fuck her man. And then you tell him, nah, man, that's wrong. What are you, gay?
Mm-hmm.
But we're being judged according to their understanding.
Right.
They can't judge us because they're judging us based on bullshit. You was gonna say something?
That's why I said the natural man don't understand the spiritual thing. Because if they knew anything, they would know actually when you have sex with another woman's man, another man's woman, you are having sex with that man. Because you're defiling her.
Right.
When you put your tool in another man's woman, that's you touching his. Because that's his. You know what I'm saying? That's where his goes. And he gonna put yours in it, and whoever knows what other part of a man put his in there, you know what I'm saying? That you're defiling that temple. It's basically like, you know what they're saying? Like a lot of hands get on that doorknob. Well, that's spread. That's how germs spread.
Right.
That's how ornaments spread. That's how adultery spread. That's how wickedness is spread. That's how bastard children is spread. Because you have a lot of children that's had to adultery. So it can come out lame or they can come out retarded.
Don, yeah, you know what I'm saying? That is homosexuality. Because you sleep with another man's wife. Now that man and that wife, they became one flesh, so the spirit of that man is in that woman. Why would you want to take the spirit of another man in your temple? You know what I'm saying?
Like, as soon as you said homosexual, she walked by and she said, that's the spirit right there. She said, here we go, with an attitude.
I wasn't talking about them, but hey, they're condemned by themselves.
That's right.
You have something else that is Give me Marcus, give me Colossians 3. Sir.
I have two questions pertaining to heritage, not necessarily the topic. I know the translation Solomon was showing up. What is David's name?
Dawadah.
Dawadah?
Yeah.
The second question is, you know, the Book of Mormon was Hebrew scriptures that were already here in North America. How perverted are they as far as translations? I've never seen it myself.
All right. The King James Bible that we have, this is a diligent translation. Like they went hard. A whole a lot of Greek and Hebrew scholars, linguists actually translated this. The Book of Mormon translated by some guy named Joseph Smith. So this guy, I mean, I don't know his level of information, but when you got a book that says it's a curse to be black, literally, it says it. Matter of fact, let me pull it up.
Bring it out.
We believe in proving what we say. I actually have the app on my phone, the Book of Mormon, because a lot of people don't believe when you say it. 2 Nephi 5 verse 21. All right? Somebody read it for me real quick. Sorry,
This is 2 Nephi 5 and 21. And he had caused the cursing to come upon them, even a sore cursing because of their iniquity. For behold, they had hardened their hearts against him, that they had become like unto a flint.
You know what color a flint is? Black. You know. It gets worse.
That they had become like unto a flint, wherefore as they were white.
They were white. So you know this is a lie because the Native Americans had color. You know.
And exceedingly fair. And
so they were white and beautiful is what this is saying, right? You know?
And delightsome.
And delightsome. Meaning beautiful. Basically this is saying, listen, this white supremacy at its finest. White people are beautiful, and then they became what? Read on.
That they might not be enticing unto my people, the Lord God did cause a skin of blackness to come upon them.
Now,
You know white people translated that.
yeah, of course you know a white man
Uh-huh.
translated it. And by the way,
Uh-huh.
King James was brown skinned. He wasn't no white man.
Right.
See, a lot of us in our schools, we're taught to believe that the white man is the greatest people that ever lived. Every movie you ever watch, even a black movie, who helps the so-called black man? Even in Black Panther, you got a white hero in that movie. White people always got to help and come to the rescue of black people, even in black movies. That's crazy, right? The white man paints a picture throughout history that he's everything great. So they tell you Beethoven is great, right? Or Beethoven is white, rather. They say that. That's a lie. Beethoven was a so-called black man. They tell you King James was white, when he was a so-called black man. I'm gonna tell you something I said. William Shakespeare was a so-called black man. Oh, his books was...
That's what Pope St. Peter was first.
Yeah, Othello was not his only black person that he wrote about. All the people that he wrote about was black. Very few was Caucasian. So-called white man's history, they don't got history. Their history is that of a savage. Alexander Dumas was black.
Right. King Arthur was black. Right. Uh-huh.
Brother, what's the capital of Ireland? Dublin. You know, Dublin. Yeah. You know, Dub is actually a Gaelic word which means black. The last name Douglas, or the first name Douglas, Douglas comes from Douglas. Gaelic word which means black man. The ancient Swartz is black. Scotland is black. Britain. Right? They call it Britain. Brit comes from the Hebrew word barak, which means covenant. Covenant man, that's what British means. They don't teach you this history.
You have to get the gut going to Anglo-Saxon because Anglo-Saxon, that's us.
Right. Thank you. So you know, brother. Yeah. There's a lot of books that you can go into the history about them to know that we ain't making it up. We ain't making none of this stuff. There's a book by Stephen M. Collins. You might know about it. It's called The Lost 10 Tribes of Israel Found. Stephen M. Collins goes into the history of black people ruling Europe. There's another book, it's a two-part series called Ancient and Modern Britons.
I have volume 1.
I got both, yeah. Well, somebody borrowed my volume 2 from mine. But I'm gonna get it back, but I got both. Those books go into how black people ruled Europe. But this is a history that they're ignoring. Sex and Race, volumes 1, 2, and 3. Nature knows no color line. Yeah, you know what a coat of arms is? I know you know what a coat of arms is. Those are like symbols for British families. Or not just British, but families in Europe. Most of those coat of arms originally had black people faces on them.
Mm-hmm.
Brother that came up, that was arguing before, he said King James was black. He said the way he was from. So that just shows you that his black history that he doesn't know that he's ruling over there.
Right.
One more time, David's name.
Dawadah. The more commonly accepted is Dawadah.
Obadiah 1. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised.
And I want to get that because our brother was saying Esau, what he does, he tries to make it seem like he's everybody in history. He's, you go into the Ten Commandments, that movie, Ten Commandments, he's the Egyptians and he's also the Hebrews. He's everybody, but the scripture says that the Edomites, which is the Esau's true nationality, these devils, all right, they know they Edomites. Even when you go into the Rothschild family, which is the richest family on the earth, they're named Rothschild. Before they changed it into Rothschild, it was Bayer, which means, Bayer? Or Bauer, it was Bauer, which means peasant servant. But they changed the name to Rothschild, which means red shield. Red meaning what the Edomites are. Edom means red. So they know that the top family, these devils, they know they're Edomites. and that they're small amongst the heathen. They're not the majority. They try to say we're the minorities. They're actually the minorities. Scripture says that Israel's like the sand of the sea. We're everywhere. They're really the minorities. And actually there's studies coming out saying that within, I believe it says by 2020 or 2025, the so-called white race in America is going to be the minorities. And the so-called Negroes and Latinos will be the, well, they try to separate the Negroes and Latinos, but really we're the same people. They're saying that basically the Edomites, the so-called white people, are going to be the minority population, and the so-called Latinos and so-called blacks, they're going to be the majority. But they try to separate them, but really that's one whole nation. And when you go into history, like I said before, they try to say King James is white. His son, his nickname was Little Black Boy. That was King James' son. I bet he was King Charles. So how can King James be white when his son's nickname is Black Boy? You know, and that you can actually Google that. And there's a lot of different things goes into the history showing that Israel, the majority, just like now, the majority of stars are who? They're so-called black people. LeBron James, Michael Jackson, Mike Tyson.
Right.
All these big stars, big names, they're not white people. They're not the ones that's the grand stars. Who the so-called white people? Bruce Springsteen. That's nobody compared to Jay-Z or Beyonce. Our people, even in this real state that we are now, our people are still the so-called stars. Who runs like the Hollywood? Even though it's ran by these devils, who are the stars? Denzel Washington, Morris Chestnut. It's our people that are ruling all these different arenas. So even when you go into ancient history, even when you go to the Spartans were so-called black people. When you watch Spartacus, they show white people. Because they're trying to basically take our glory. That's what Esau does. He's a thief. He tries to take our glory. The main one, he tried to take the glory of YAHAWASHI, the son of the power.
Like the scripture said, Judah will be in the neck of the end.
That's right. God. Now, even when you go into, give me, Joe, God, I'm telling you. But when you go into, give me, Job 9:24. And also, 2nd Maccabees, the 3rd chapter. This devil, all throughout history, this is what he's been doing, man. He's been trying to cover the images of the real people of the real side, of the real chosen.
Job 9 verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Now, who's the wicked? Who's ruling right now? What is the common saying? So this is a white man's world. And that's why you see all this abominations that's going on right now.
Right.
This ain't us doing this. Who's doing the chemtrails? We're not up there. We don't got planes to put chemtrails in the air. We're not putting fluoride in the water. We're not making GMO foods through Monsanto's. We're not putting hormones in the chicken. These people. They got all these different sectors. That's them that's ruling this. Stem cell research. You go into that was stop. Make sure he doesn't get his too. Okay. Yo, we don't got stem cell research. They're doing trying to splice DNAs. You're not supposed to be splicing DNA. Scripture says you're not even supposed to mix seeds. But here it is, Esau. He made a liger, a tiger in a lion. That's wicked. He's messing with the Lord's creation. Go ahead.
The earth was given into the hand of the wicked.
So this is the wicked, the so-called white race. It's evident that they're the wicked. When we come up there and they trying to say, oh, you guys are just racist. You guys are just, no, we're going into facts on why the Edomite race is the devil that the Bible speaks of. It's evident. It's not about white, so-called white bashing. It's none of that, man. We're going into the facts that these people, they're wicked rulers. You got righteous rulers, you got wicked rulers. If there was no righteousness, if it was the truth, we'll say it. But nothing they do, even their cell phones, the phones that we have. People talk about the technology and everything. You know that these phones actually give off radiation, which gives off cancer. So even their stuff that they glorified in is still wicked. That's why who was it? Steve Jobs used to make up an iPhone. But there's actually an article that said that he doesn't let his own kids use the iPhone. Why? Because they know it's not good for them.
Right.
But here it is, they push it, they promote it to what our people go line up to the Sprint store, the Verizon store, and for hours waiting to get an iPhone. They push all this wickedness on our people, and they don't do it. So yeah, exactly.
Right.
Made them rich. Oh, I get James 5 chapter 2. So continue.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
He covers the faces of the judges. Like you said, King James. Okay, you think about
you think about Europe, everybody thinks that, oh, Europe was, it's all white people. First of all, the first Europeans were the sons of Japheth. They were dark skinned. And then after that, our people ruled Europe for 1,000 years. All those images you see in Russia, the Russian icons, actually I got a book on the Russian icons, because what Esau tried to do during the Renaissance, which is the rebirth, he tried to destroy all the images, iconoclasm. But our people, because we do it now, what our people like to do? Take images of themselves, take photos of themselves. What they was doing back then was taking paintings of themselves. Esau couldn't destroy all the images. So even when you go to Russia right now, in some of the oldest churches, you see St. Paul, St. Peter, they're all dark skinned. You got images of the Last Supper. It was dark skinned people.
There
you go, yep. And what they do now, they go, I don't know if it's out there, they have this company, non-profit organization called UNESCO. I don't know if it's out there. Yeah, UNESCO. What this company does, they go around and basically anything that's been destroyed, like ancient artifacts, they go around and they try to recreate it or save it. But what they're really doing, they will go there and they will close off the site for like years. So let's say that they find a tomb let's say they find an ancient tomb in Egypt, and it's like a little messed up. This company will go there and close it off and they try to basically recreate that tomb. But what they're doing is they go there and they recreate the images, they paint the images over it. So when they open it back up, they're trying to say, oh, this is 5,000 years old, but now you see white images. That's why you got a lot of images of the ancient Egyptians. They're like pale. But we all know that ancient Egyptians were dark skinned. Or their nose is broken off, yeah. It's evident. King Tut, they got the tomb of King Tut. You see that's a little black boy, a little so-called king. Well, he wasn't an Israelite, but he was dark skinned. Now the scripture tells you that Moses passed for an Egyptian. So if Moses passed for an ancient Egyptian, that lets you know that Moses had to be dark skinned. Because a so-called white man can't pass for a so-called black man.
Bring some two more questions I have.
Yeah, go ahead. That's what we're here for.
Two historical figures. One go back over 2,000 years before the birth of Hippocrates. His name was
Stay alive. Get it on.
the Grecians gave him the name Escalapius as their god of myths. Is Hotep one of us?
Hotep goes back to like Joseph. Yeah, you got a lot of people saying
Imhotep, because with the Imhotep, they say like their story is very similar. They had 12 siblings.
Yeah.
The rulership, like the stories is very similar. But they say that's Joseph.
Hotep.
Yeah.
Hotep goes back to Joseph, right?
Imhotep.
Yeah.
Isn't it Imhotep? Moses, right. Moses.
One of the other.
I think it's Joseph because I know like Joseph was in Egypt, went to Egypt also. He was over there, and he basically, when he was in Egypt, he actually saved Egypt from dying off during the famine that Egypt got hit with.
And with that same character we talked about, it was the same story.
Yeah, because he said that he was like a god of medicine, so to speak, right? Homotep. But what Joseph did, he saved Egypt from the famine. So it's kind of like a similar thing, basically bringing help to a place that was being hit with a plague.
So Hotep was from
Hotep was, the character Hotep is false. It's not a real person. They took Joseph, the actual man Joseph, and created Hotep. So Joseph was one of us, but just like how they took YAHAWASHI and created Jesus, we don't acknowledge Jesus because that's not his name. That's a made-up person. YAHAWASHI was the man that was walking the sea. So we don't acknowledge Hotep because that's not the person. That's a made-up person by these heathens. We acknowledge Joseph, which is one of our forefathers. He was the father of Ephraim and Manasseh, which you call the so-called Puerto Ricans and Cubans.
the other historical figure I was wondering about. She was 1600s. She was an abolitionist trying to keep Portuguese from stealing people.
I've heard of her name, but I'm not too familiar with her. But she was in the 1600s. She was around that area.
She was in Africa trying to keep Portuguese from taking.
Because the Africans, the so-called Africans, were selling us to the Edomites. So it's not going to be an African that was doing that. If she was trying to keep the Portuguese from doing that, then she had to be an Israelite. But like I said, I don't know historically how accurate she is as a historical figure. I'm not really familiar with it. But we was the first
slave ships came from Spain, that lets you know that we was over there in Spain also.
It was Imhotep. It was Imhotep.
It was Imhotep?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah. Let's just try to take our historical figures. Because we're the salt of the earth. The scripture says we're the salt of the earth, man. If you take Israel out of the earth, this earth will be done.
Right.
There'll be no football, there'll be no basketball, there'll be no soccer, there'll be no baseball, there'll be no singing, there'll be no boxing, there'll be nothing, no concerts, no fashions, no nice fashions, no nice car. Everything will be done if you take Israel out of the earth.
Look at Egypt now.
Yeah.
Egypt's a desert. Them Arabs over there, which a lot of them are crackers anyway. Them Arabs out there, a lot of them are crackers. They're the Edomites, they're not Israelites.
Ottoman, Turk, and Greco-Roman.
Right. Ptolemy and them went up in there. So these devils, look, man, we are the Israelites. There's no doubt about it. People read about the Israelites as some fictitious thing. When there's archaeology here in North South Central America that proves that the northern kingdom of the tribes, man. You got the Tel Dam. You got the that says the house of David. Was it the Tel Dam? It says the house of David, ancient Hebrew. The Moabite stone.
Yeah, Moabite stone.
Over there in Mexico, Las Lunas, Mexico. Even a Jewish guy said that. He said in Las Lunas, Mexico, it's a stone that they try to cut out. They try to have all type of machine to try to get out. They can't get out the stone. And it's written in ancient Hebrew. It's the Aztecs. And then the Jewish guy said it's on YouTube. He said the Mexicans have to be one of the lost tribes of Israel. Now common sense tells you that the Aztec Indians are one of the lost tribes of Israel. The 10 tribes. Shouldn't the Taino Indians be in there? Shouldn't the Native Americans be in there? Shouldn't the Mayans? There's the Incas. The simplest common sense.
Even when you go to something as the pyramids that's in Egypt and all throughout South America, those pyramids, how do they have that knowledge to build those pyramids? It was the same format as the pyramids that were in Egypt, which was we built those during the time that we was in slavery. It's like how we built America's, we built the White House, we built up America. What Esau knows, when you go into the history, all the ancient empires that were great, what they have in common? Israel was slaves in those empires. They always exploited us. And that's why Esau, when he came to the so-called New World, what was the first thing he did? He made sure he got the Israelites to come over there and build up that place, because they know that in order for their kingdom to be good, they need the Israelites as slaves, because we make the kingdom. Us being the slaves, it helps their kingdom to prosper. That's why when we get our kingdom, when YAHAWASHI returns, our kingdom is going to be on top. It's going to be great. It's the greatest kingdom. Because we're going to be actually on top, and we're going to have everybody else serving us. You finish that scripture?
Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is it?
And the scripture says, if not him, if it's not Esau, if we got it wrong, because people like to say, so-called white man ain't Esau, it's Jacob. There's nowhere in biblical prophecy that tells you that Jacob is going to put us to slavery. Nowhere in biblical prophecy it says that we know we're at the end of the world. We know that this age is done. The scripture says that Esau is the end of the world. There's nowhere in biblical prophecy that says Jacob is going to be the end of the world. It didn't say Jacob got the sword, the gun. Who created the gun? The Smith & Wesson. The 45, that was Esau, the Gatling gun. The Lord gave Esau, the so-called white man, that knowledge to create the sword. It didn't say Jacob. So scripture said, if it's not Esau, if it's not this guy, who is the wicked? If it's not these devils. And that's what I'm saying. We're not out here so-called just bashing Edomites, racist ranting. We're speaking facts, man. And this devil is showing it every day that he's the devil. They show it. Pedophile ranks, they got tarot card readings, witches that can have an appointment in America. The scripture tells you that something out of which to live. Why would you give them a license to practice their witchcraft? That's totally against the scripture.
Right.
They took out rainbow and made it a sign for homosexuality. Yep. Scripture tells you that they give them a month. They tell them have gay pride, have pride. Be pride that you're gay. Be prideful that you're a homosexual, that you're going against the law.
We were just talking about that too.
Now there's a king over in Africa, I forgot which country it is. I think he's a Jake. He basically said that if you're a faggot, don't get caught in my country. If you're a homosexual, you don't get caught in my country, because I will kill you. And now he was getting all ridiculed, but that's according to the law. That's the mind of the Lord, man.
Right.
But here in America, these devils, it's cool to begin. Actually, let's give them a month. Actually, let's do in these companies. Let's have a understanding time to understand these homosexuals. We're supposed to understand them. They're perverse. They're abominable people. But when we talk like that, we're the bad guys. Why? Because Esau done turned everything upside down. These people did. They're the ones that's ruling. Go ahead. And the scripture says the earth was given to the hand of the wicked, letting you know that the Lord is the one that has control of this whole thing. And it's the Lord that's going to take the wicked out of power and set up the righteous kingdom, which is what we're fighting for, which is what we out here for.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah.
Israel represents, because Israel, the kingdom of Israel, the whole house of Israel was separated during the time of King Solomon. They got broken into two kingdoms, the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom. So when you hear about the children of Israel, it could mean the whole nation, or it could mean the northern kingdom, which is the so-called Latinos today. The so-called Latinos, Native Americans, and similar. They consider the house of Israel. So the scripture says, read it again.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel,
The northern kingdom.
yep, and the children of Judah.
Judah is the so-called Negroes, Levites are the Haitians, and the so-called West Indians are the Benjamites. Those are the children of Judah. Go ahead.
And all that took them, Judah were oppressed together.
Oppressed. We were enslaved together. You go into history, when Esau, the so-called white man, came here, the first thing he did was put the so-called Latinos in slavery. And they was in slavery for a long period of time before the so-called Negroes came over in slavery. But the reason why, it was prophecy that the whole house of Israel was going to go in slavery underneath these devils. And what the Latinos, a lot of the so-called Tainos were doing, they were actually starving themselves out. They were saying that we're not even going to be slaves. We're just going to kill ourselves. Yeah, they're saying that basically we're not going to let you enslave us. We're just going to kill ourselves.
Then this piece of garbage named Bartholomew Las is coming along, talking about supports of the Negroes. Let's make them bastards of our, perversion Catholic Church, the Babylonian.
That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to say that they were trying to convert. They're trying to convert them, convert the Latinos into coming to Christ by way of rape, robbing, and murder. Where is that in the scriptures? They see that these devils, they got everything. They were actually crucifying the Latinos, and they were hanging them 13 at a time to represent the 12 disciples in YAHAWASHI. They were saying, "Do this in honor of our Lord," and they hanging the actual children of Israel. Which really they were making a mockery of. They were making a mockery of us. They knew that we were in the like Christopher Columbus, Cristobal Colon. He knew the so-called Latinos were Hebrews because he had a Hebrew translator with him when he came over to the Americas. Why would he have a Hebrew translator? Louis the Taurus, what's his name? Why would he have a Hebrew translator to come to this place unless you knew that they were Israelites? Even in the movie 1492, it tells you that it's a reenactment of Christopher Columbus trying to get authority to come to the New World. He said, how do you know there's even something over there? Because remember, the so-called white man, them being dumb, they thought that the earth was flat. We knew about the New World. Solomon was sending ships over here to get certain trees and wood to build up his house and build up the king and build up the house of the Lord, the first temple. So we knew about this place. But Esau, his minute mind, he thought the earth was flat. So when Christopher Columbus, he went to the scriptures, second Esdras, and the guy asked him and showed you the movie, he's like, how do you know there's something over there? And he said, read Ezra talked about it. Because when you go into the scriptures, it tells you that the 10 tribes, they went to a place, they went to another land that nobody ever dwelt before. That was over here in the so-called New World. So we already knew about this place. But you finished that?
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were pressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go.
go. So they refused to let us go. Esau always try to talk about go back to Africa. Well, first of all, you colonized Africa anyway. This devil, he done colonized the whole world. They've got everything on lock. Every place on the earth, they got their hand in, but they're not the wicked.
Right.
They're not the wicked. And the scripture says they refuse to let them go. They're not going to let us go. These devils not going to let us. Where are we going to go? First of all, you rule the world. You just read that the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. You're going to profit off of Israel, wherever Israel's at, because you got your hand in everybody's country.
I was kind of surprised. I thought, didn't they at least have Russia and Siberia too, aside from the Caucasus? I'm like, trying to find out, no, Caucasus was all they had.
We ran to the mountains, because that's where they're from.
Everything else they took.
They're from the mountains. We put them in the caves during the Byzantine Empire, which was ruled by us. And Byzantine means backwards. That's what Esau called it. Because just like how the Dark Ages, they called that the time where there was no enlightenment, there was no advancement in the mind during that time of 1,000 years. And they're saying that because we were ruled. They were brute beasts. They were, when you look at the cavemen, they try to say cavemen from like 50,000 million years ago, whatever. No, this was actually during the Renaissance period, from around like 500 BC to 1500 AD. That's when they were cavemen, because they were in the Caucasus Mountains. Those are the real cavemen. They were cavemen during the time of being in Edom. They were in the mountains, in the clefts of the rocks. That's why when they built them, look what you got now. Everything looks like a cave. They call New York what the concrete jungle. That's what they're used to. See, when the Israelites, the Native Americans were here, everything was green. Everything was live. It was peaceful. There was no concrete to walk on. Everything was, you was at war with the earth. As soon as Esau comes here, puts down concrete, which is punch up your back, put down asphalt. Everything is all, looks like a cave, because that's his natural state. He's a cave dweller. Right?
Obadiah 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
That dwells in the clefts of the rocks. That's why they got skyscrapers. We ain't supposed to be that high. But Esau, that's what he loves. He loves building these high skyscrapers. Look, said that we're only supposed to be like three stories high.
Right.
That's how we're supposed to build. That's why even when you go to the ancient, not the ancient, when you go to like London, you see those castles. They're only 3 levels. There's only 3. They're big. They're not like crazy high, but there's only 3 stories to those castles. Those ancient, because we built those. Now, how the brother said, Britain goes back to the covenant keepers. Now it's us. But now you see, you got the one world trade, the one world. I don't know how many stories that is. Because he's used to being high. He's used to being up in the mountains. That's his natural state.
Yeah, real quick. About the Judah pressed together with Israel, I mentioned that because, for a time, it seemed like the Latinos, so-called Latinos, thought that they were the part of it. You see what's going on right now with the children getting taken away at the border from their parents. They're not, there's other immigrants from other countries, other nationalities, but why are they doing that to them? They're doing that to them because they're the Israelites. They're taking these children from their parents. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said they're pressed together, the same land.
And even when you go to the judicial system, when you go to the prisons, who's filling up the prisons? Blacks and Latinos, so-called blacks and Latinos.
Right.
We filled the prisons, but when you go to actual crime, like especially drug crime, so-called white man, he's the biggest drug abuser.
Right.
On Wall Street, they showed you that in Wolf of Wall Street. All doing lines. American Psycho. A lot of these people that are surgeons actually they sniff coke. A lot of them sniff coke before they do surgery to calm their nerves. But they're not getting arrested. Why? Because they call that white collar crime. Hey, even the banking system. That's a big crime. That's a big criminal industry right there. Usurping interest, charging interest on people, that's against the scriptures. But these devils, they get away with it because it's their kingdom. But our people, when we do something, we get the book thrown at us. A one-time offender gets 25 to life. But here it is, you have this rapist. I forgot his name. He was a college kid. He raped some girl. He only got 3 years. And really, he got 3 years. But during the time period of his the trial, he was in prison. So the trial went for I think a year and a half or something like that. He got 3 years. He got charged for 3 years, but they gave him time served. And then he got out early. He got released out early on good behavior. So he only really did 3 months in prison when he raped somebody. But like the so-called Negro or Latino raped somebody, he's going to jail. And they ain't even gotta rape him. Because how many of our people are in jail and are innocent? Our people, they just let somebody out that was in jail for like 20-something years. They got accused of, I want to say it was murder, and they came to find out he didn't do it. That was a big thing back in the 80s. They were just locking Jake up and saying that he did this and they didn't do it. Because our people are oppressed. This is not our arrest. This is our place of captivity. And this is why we gotta get the hell up out of here. This is why this place gotta be destroyed, man. This is what we want. We don't want anything else except for this place to be destroyed. We don't want reparations. We don't want 40 acres and mules. We don't want Esau to look at us being equal. We don't want Esau to stop killing us. We want this place to be destroyed. Because once this place is destroyed, these devils going to slavery, we're going to finally be at peace. And that's what needs to happen.
Right.
You had your Martin Luther King, you had your Malcolm X's, you had your millionaire marches, your Jesse Jacksons, your Al Sharptons, you had your hands up, don't shoot. It's not going, none of that's going to fix it. The only way it's going to be fixed is if this devil goes down.
Right.
And that's what we're prophesying. Right?
Yeah. The book of Isaiah, chapter 10, verse 1. Woe to them that decree and righteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed.
Whoa, destruction. Distress to them that decree unrighteous decrees. All of Esau's laws are unrighteous. It's actually against the law for you to have 2 wives. That's your choice. If you can find 2 women that want to live together with you, which is lawful according to the scriptures, you can buy. What's wrong? That's against the law. But Esau prescribed that gays to be married. Now that's going against the Lord. So doing everything opposite. It's opposite. If we're living in a perpetual opposite amongst Esau's kingdom. All these laws, the scripture tells you about a man that steals because he's poor. We actually in our kingdom in Israel, when we had our crops, we used to then take all of our crops. We used to leave some of the crops on the outside for the ones of our people that were poor. They could come in and get our crops. But here it is, it's against the law in certain places to be a homeless person. But Esau, the so-called government is not doing anything to help the homeless people. Especially our people, they throw them in jail, they lock them up, they kill them, they taser them, do whatever they want to do.
In restaurants, at the end of the night, the food that's left over, they'll throw away the food instead of giving it out to the homeless.
Right.
And the reason they don't do that is because they don't want to get sued. That's the law. That's how you show the wickedness of this kingdom. Like, why would you have a law about them? They can't get food to the homeless because they can get sued by it.
It's unrighteous decree. And that's why, like I said, this place has to be destroyed. And we got to come back and rulership under YAHAWASHI, our Messiah. Give me Ecclesiasticus, 10th chapter, the 4th verse.
It's Isaiah chapter 10, verse 2. To turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob them. Hey, man, see, that's what they do now, man. Turn aside the needy from judgment and rob the poor of our people. Because they don't do that. They don't do when they take crops, leave stuff for the poor people. There's plenty of homeless people that, matter of fact, better example, in restaurants. After the restaurant closed, about to close, you did? Yeah. Oh, smart. Yeah. They throw it all away. Matter of fact, in Atlantic City, they say they throw away like 40% of the food. Now, you know, Atlantic City got the buffets, you know, the big prime ribs, that don't get eaten, toss it. Bro, you could be giving that to the poor people. You talk about feed the hungry, though. You got all this food out here, and they throwing it away. Because why? They said they lose money.
You got the FEMA, or you got, these so-called charitable events. Majority of those stuff, the actual people that need it is not getting it. And with the rich people, when you give money to a charity, the people that get the money first is the charity people that owns the charity. It's not actually going to the people that need it. That's why, like, even what happened with Haiti, when Haiti got with that hurricane, Haiti still fucked up. All that money that was so-called given in the name of charity to Haiti to help them rebuild, why are they still living in mud houses over there? Because all that money It was showing you that they was confiscating the Clintons and the Bushes. They was taking all that money and pocketing it. And then they get on top of that, they get to write it off on their tax as a tax write-off. So they making more money from the poor. That's why it says, you know, the world, the poor gets poor and the rich get richer. That's how this devil operates. He needs the poor to exploit the poor so that he can stay rich. Open James the 5th chapter, give me that.
Ecclesiastes 10.
Say that again?
I know a brother that's gonna go back out there to hate the Levi. He's gonna go up to the Levi out there. See? 2 weeks. He said how big. He was also about the Clintons, huh?
Yeah.
Going into the Clintons and all that shit.
It was taking, the first people that went over there were the so-called, the Jewish people, the first people over there, taking the organs, right? They was taking the organs of the Israelites, the Levites, which are the priests, the house of Levi, I mean the tribe of Levi. They was taking their organs and selling them. And there was just a big ring busted over there in South Jersey. I think it was Lakewood, of like 13. It was like I forgot how many, but it was like a ring of rats that were basically doing selling organs. Yeah, Lakewood, underground selling. And guess what? They got immunity. They didn't even get arrested. They just went back to Israel. Selling organs, you know it's our people organs. That's why they trying to push. I see how they trying to push when our people be organ going. They gonna take the shit anyway. They take it anyway. How we gonna know? Our people ain't gonna know. Yeah, they only feel them. Yup. Go ahead, give me that.
Ecclesiastes 10 verse 4. This is in the Apocrypha.
That sounds lucky. That's how this devil was able to have 7 heart transplants before he died of 6 heart transplants. He had 6 heart transplants. David Rockefeller. It tells you that the percentage of surviving 1 heart transplant is low. To actually find a heart that is compatible with your body, it's a very low chance for you to survive a heart transplant. How he survived 6 of them? So you know he already had these hearts already stored up. And it tells you that it takes like, I think it's like between 4 to 6 years for you to get a heart. Like you go on the list and you need a heart, it takes like 4 to 6 years for you to get that heart. He had 6 heart transplants. That's how you know they were storing these hearts, man. They got them in their mansions, wherever they be at. They're not in America. They got them in their mansions of our people, man. Because we got the strongest hearts. We got the best bodies. Even under these curses, we are the strongest people. Scripture says that one nation should be stronger than the other. On the black market, they're selling melanin. Melanin is actually more. It costs more of melanin than the cost of an ounce of gold on the black market. Now, who needs melanin? Only the people that the Lord cursed without melanin. That's actually a curse to be so-called white. It's leprosy. Right. It's leprosy. Japheth was never cursed with leprosy. Esau was cursed with leprosy. He came out red all over. And Cain, because Cain had the spirit of Esau. Cain was a so-called black man, but he had the spirit of Esau in him. And the Lord, when he marked Cain, he marked him with leprosy. He took his pigment away.
There's still like a handful of bark over there. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, we're everywhere. It tells you in the scriptures, you got some of our people that are actually Jewish, that look like so-called Jewish people. Like because the scripture tells you that Simeon, during the time when we was exterminating, trying to exterminate Esau, because the house of David, that was God, he was about trying to exterminate Esau off the face of it. David know that that so-called white man was the devil. These Edomites were the devil. So he was trying to exterminate him. But he couldn't exterminate him because they had a time to rule. But when Simeon was over there, it was in the land of Amalek. Amalek was the so-called Jewish, because Esau had 12 sons also. Amalek was the top of the 12 sons. He's like the equivalent of the wicked. He's like the wicked, that counterpart of Judah. So like that's why the so-called Jewish people, they're Amalek. Their real nationality is their house of Esau, the tribe of Amalek. Simeon was over in the land of Amalek for like, I believe he said 6 months. They tried to kill all the men. They didn't kill the women, but the women were spoiled. So you had a lot of our men was having sex with their women, and they left the children over there. So through a process of time, you have a lot of Israelites that are actually that are actually thinking that they're Jewish people. Because the Lord said He scattered us throughout the four corners of the earth. So we're everywhere. You got a lot of our people in Philippines. You got a lot of people in Vietnam during the Vietnam War. A lot of our war babies. That's what it is. Even in scriptures, we make war babies. You kill the men and you take the women for spoil. And that's not wrong with that. The Lord, that's actually a commandment to do so. You don't got to do so. But give me that Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes 10 verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time He will set over it one that is profitable.
The Scripture says that the power of the earth is in the hand of the Most High. The Lord is ruling in all these kingdoms. He set up kingdoms. He set up kings. He puts down kings. These devils didn't put themselves up. The Lord did. Just like with Babylon, just like with Egypt, with Pharaoh. And the Lord said, and read it again.
The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord.
It's about power. It's about power. It's all about power. What's coming up here? It's about power. It's a popular show because that's what it's all about. It's about power. Who has the power? Who wants the power? And what you want to do to get the power?
That last verse is Ecclesiastes
10 and 4.
Okay, I got the
10 and 4, yeah.
from the top of it.
Ecclesiastes 10 verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time He will set over it one that is profitable.
In due time, in due season. Going to Ecclesiastes, it tells you that for every time, for everything, there's a purpose in the season. Right now, we're coming in the season of us being ruling. That's why Israel's waking up. That's why you're seeing brothers throughout the four corners of the earth coming back to their heritage, coming back to their nationality. Because now we're coming in the time, the age, the eon of Israel ruling. And that's why the Lord said, in due season, He's going to over one that is profitable. Who's the one that's profitable for the earth? It's the Lord, the Messiah, Hamashiach YAHAWASHI. He's the King of Kings. He's the only one that's going to make this thing, make the earth peaceful. Because the Scripture says that when Israel's ruling, the whole earth is not going to learn war no more. There ain't going to be bombs, people shooting bombs at each other. This is the last war. World War III is going to be the last war. And it's going to be war forever. And then that's why the Scripture says that when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Because the earth is going to be renewed, it's going to be rejuvenated. The fruits are going to be bigger. The Scripture tells you that back during the time of when we was coming to the land of Israel, it took two strong men to carry a cluster of grapes. You know how you have the grapes right now, the little thing? It took two men to carry. That's how big the fruits were back then. That's how big we were. We got smaller over the ages, over the years, because of this devil ruling over the earth. People ain't supposed to be this size. We were like 8, 9 feet tall, 10 feet tall. It tells you that it said that David had to be like the size of Hulk. Like they try to say like they took the Hulk's his dimensions from actually King David. So we were like 10 feet tall, average, 8, 9 feet tall. So Goliath had to be like between like 15, 17, 18 feet tall. It said that the sons of Goliath had 6 toes and 6 toes and 6 fingers. That's how big they were. And there wasn't a mutation, it was just that big.
They said we was grasshoppers.
We were grasshoppers compared to the Philistines. Those tall Egyptians, those tall Sudanese, because those are the real Egyptians on today. New bold. Yeah, like 7'7", 7'8", something like that. Is that him? That the village killed the lion?
Yeah, the village, when they killed that lion. They went over there and killed the lion with their bare hands.
King David did that. King David killed the bear and killed the lion. So you know how big he had to be able to do that. But because the earth is right now in the hand of the wicked, the earth is depleted. The earth is alive. The earth is alive. But it's being ruled by the wicked, so it's not producing the correct nutrients. It doesn't have the correct nutrients. Every day there's chemtrails being sprayed. So if we come from the earth, because all of the minerals that's in our bodies is in the ground. The Lord said He made man from the ground. So if we come from the earth, and the earth is constantly being destroyed by this devil. Give me that Revelation 11 and 8. That's why everybody is seeing smaller. People are getting smaller over the years. That's why only big people you see are playing football or basketball. Like LeBron James. We look at him as being tall, but he only 6 foot. 6'6". That's not that. I mean, right now it's tall. But back in the ancient world, he'll be a small dude. Yeah. His brother. Yep.
Revelations 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom in Egypt.
That's here in America. Spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Because what does Egypt represent? Bondage. The house of bondage. This is what this place is. When you see the dollar bill with the pyramid on the back, this place is Egypt. It says spiritually Sodom, spiritually Egypt, and spiritually Sodom is what this place promotes. Like none other. No other country promotes homosexuality, pedophilia. And I believe it's in Virginia, you can marry a horse.
But
They just passed a law in Canada that you can have sexual relations with the animal as long as it's not, you don't insert your ride into it. So you can put, so there's actually, it went to court. You can put, which is what this person did, this perverse person did, they put peanut butter on their genitals and had their dog basically lick the peanut butter off himself. And the court said that that's not bestiality because it's not inserted. You didn't insert into the animal. That's what this place promotes. It says destroy the earth, man. Go ahead, Sabah. Go ahead.
And real quick, just going there to show you how wicked this fucking devil is. Lucky for my language, but there was an article coming out defending that act, saying the dog did it willingly, so it's not that bad. That's insane.
It's so insane, it's loud. You gotta say, yeah. Say the dog was willingly, it's not the sin. Yeah. And you make a choice, win or back.
Isaiah 5, verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil.
That's what this place does. It promotes everything that's evil to be good. Everything is, and it says woe, destruction. So we know from all these precepts that we're bringing out that America has to be destroyed. Give me the numbers. That numbers where it talks about the blood has to be purified. I think it's numbers the 35th chapter. We know that America has to be destroyed, and we know that the people that is ruling this earth have to go down. These people can't go into the kingdom of heaven. They're perverse. Their mind is warped. The scripture said they come out speaking lies. Everything that they think, everything that their actions, they just do evil. And it's an evident thing. These heathens, they don't know righteousness. You got over there in India, in China, what they eat dogs, man. And cat. Dog is an abominable food. But that's a delicacy over there. But here it is, they worship cows. That's what these devils, that's what the heathens are. Look, they just don't have the knowledge of the Most High. That's why they have to be enslaved under the sons of God. We're the sons of God. We're meant to rule the earth. We're meant to rule these people. Because when we rule, we're going to put the earth in righteousness. Everybody's going to have to go according to our law.
that's right.
That's what it's going to, and that's why the earth is going to be peaceful. Because we're ruling under the vibration of the creator, of the heavenly Father. These heathens can't do that. They don't have the mind to do that.
Cameron, we're not just talking out our ass. We talk about these how nasty these Edomites are. I don't know if your brothers want to come closer real quick. This is how they get down. When they go home from work. See that? See that?
Why you think so? Oh, get that in Job real quick. What is that? What is that? Job? Put that in Job 30th chapter. I think our forefathers knew how demonic these people are. But look how people now. Our people are so destroyed now. They envy these people. They want to be like them. Our women dye their hair blonde. Blind is having blind, which is Esau being a deceiver. Blind is not even a color. You're not going to find the color blind in the crayon box. What color is blonde?
Like leprosy of the hair.
Yeah, it's yellow. That's the color. Now we go into the scriptures, Leviticus, it tells you that leprosy is having yellow hair. So what Esau did, because he knows that he's a leopard, he had to say, well, I can't change my hair. I can't change the DNA of my hair. Let me change the color, the description of it. I'm going to call it blonde now. So now people think, when you see somebody's hair that's blonde, you don't think yellow, you think blonde.
Right.
Because if you thought yellow and you read the scriptures, it says, wait, in Leviticus 13 chapter, it says that having yellow hair is leprosy. It's a curse to have yellow hair. But here in America,
Blondes have more fun.
but here in America, oh, you're blonde and beautiful. No, you're cursed and child and the devil. That's what you are. Our ancient forefathers knew that the silver white man, like, he's not nobody. He's really nothing. All he is right now, he has power. He has authority, but he's nothing. And what we're coming to realize when we're out here top people is stop envying him. You're the God, you're the king, you're the God. You're the God chosen people. They think that these people are God chosen people. They're actually the furthest thing from God chosen people. They're actually the only nation that the Lord said he hates.
Right.
He didn't say that about nobody else except these devils, except the so-called white race. So there you go.
Job chapter 30, verse 1.
To the point. Oh, yeah. Let's go.
But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock.
So Job said that the so-called white man, his fathers, he says that his fathers would have, read that again, his fathers would have disdain to have him set next, have him near the dogs of my flock. He wouldn't even have these Edomites next to his dogs. And why? Exhibit A, that picture that the brother showed you. And that's why you think all these Edomites have dogs for. It's not a dog, it's family. They sleep with them in the bed together. They let them kiss them in the mouth. That's disgusting. Why are you letting your dog? Why you letting your dog kiss you in the mouth like that? Why are you treating an animal as if it's your family member, a lover? No, because they're perverse. They're a brute beast, and it's being revealed. It's coming out right now, and this devil can't do nothing to stop it. That's why it's ultimately going to have to just come down upon the property. But the Lord gonna give us that standard anyway to destroy this devil.
Right.
We're gonna have that spiritual power to destroy this devil. That's it, man. Go back to that. Real quick. Shalom, brother. Shalom.
What these devils are who they Job talk about. Jump down to verse 6. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in caves of the earth, and in rocks, the rocks. Oh, basically they dwell in the cliffs of the rocks, man. They dwell on high, man. They dwell in high habitations, right? That's these devils, man, and they mess around with dogs on some sexual. That's these devils.
Hey, man. I don't know no Israelite that likes being high in them caves, likes being up high like that. They don't like being high.
Right, yes.
I don't worry, you know what I mean?
Right.
They don't want to do that skydiving shit. That's not in our spiritually genetic makeup. But these devils, they're comfortable up there. We're gonna put you on some caves though. And we're gonna put you on some cliffs though. I
think it's true.
We're gonna toss your ass over this shit. God, right?
Revelations 11 verse 8, starting back at the top. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
Give me 18. Is it 18? 11 and 18. 18 there. I think it was 11 and 18. Prophets and saints? Yeah, read that.
Revelations 11 verse 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, that they should give his reward unto the servants, the prophets, and to the saints.
And reward, man. We're looking for the reward. Didn't you Daniel 7 and 25? We're looking for the reward, man. Because the Lord said, behold, I come quickly and my reward is with me. We're not just out here just to rant and rave, man. We're out here for a purpose, okay? The Lord put it in our spirits. The Lord really elect that to know that this is what it's about. It ain't about this life, man. It ain't about trying to make it here, trying to have a nice house and a beautiful family and have money. Of course, money is a defense. We got to work to get our daily bread. But we're looking for the reward of the eternal life, man, which only the elect is looking for. Nobody else in this earth has the same ambitions and aspirations as we do, man. They talk about dream big. We dream the biggest, man. We got the biggest dreams, man. And we know our dreams going to actually come to reality if we continue. And it's the reward that the Lord is going to give us, man, which is the kingdom, which is dominion over the earth and over the people. That's what it's about. Not going somewhere in the sky by ourselves. No, we want to rule, man. And then in order to rule, you got to have subjects. You got to have somebody to rule over. That's what it's about, man. That's the kingdom of heaven. Go ahead.
And them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth.
And that's what we're going into, man. The Lord going to destroy them that destroy the earth. You Rothschilds, man. You red devils. You Rockefellers. And all your Esau, Edomite companions, man. From the smallest to the greatest. They're all going into slavery, man.
Right.
All you Edomites and all you heathens are going into slavery too. And you heathens need slavery, man. Now over here in China eating, not China, India eating snake. See them, they had a long ass python cut open and eating it, man. That's what these heathens do. And they don't think nothing wrong with it. You got our dumb people, foolish people talking about, oh, that's their culture, you should try to learn everybody's culture.
Learn
That's
your fucking culture, Scott. Learn your culture.
That's what got us in slavery in the first place, man. The Lord said, learn not the ways of the heathen. Learn not the way of the heathen. But our people want to go around trying their delicacies, trying what the fuck what they do, learning these heathens' ways, man. For being a perpetual dumbass, man, perpetual idiot. And that's why the only cure for that is death, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, what you said about the devil.
You got it, but spirit.
Now listen, this is what the Lord said. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 12, verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord for Israel. Says the Lord, which stretches forth the heavens and laid the foundation of the earth and formed the spirit of man within him. Behold, I will make Jerusalem a cup of trembling unto all the people round about, when they shall be in the siege, both against Judah and against Jerusalem.
What's that, a cup of trembling? Yeah. You know what that means? We're going to have these nations afraid of us, man. First of all, these nations are scared of us now, but for a wicked reason. Like, they see Jake, they think Jake going to rob them, so, they block their door. But they're going to be afraid of our power. They're going to be afraid of the authority that we have. That's what they're going to be afraid of. When they see us, their fear is going to turn into respect. Because these people don't respect us. They're scared because they think that the media has, and Jake has done, we got a lot of ruthless Jake, but the media has made it seem like we're just complete animals, with no sense of self-control. So they don't respect us, but they're going to fear us so much. They're going to show respect. That's the cup of trembling that these heathens going to have from us, man. Talking about the whole house of Israel, but mainly the elect, the 144, man.
Continue on in verse 3. And in that, Zechariah chapter 12, verse 3. And in that day will I make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all people. All that burden themselves with it shall be cut in pieces, though all the people of the earth be gathered against it. That means they're going to be coming against the elect, man. They're going to come. Chapter 12 of the book of Zechariah. Because they're going to fight against the Lord and his elect men, yo. And the whole Lord's arsenal. They're going to fight against him when he comes back down here.
And he says it's going to be a burdensome stone, man. Meaning they ain't going to win.
Man.
Hey, YAHAWASHI said that we're like a millstone, right? Started with him, but his word is like a millstone. And whoever comes up against the millstone, they're going to get broken. And whoever the millstone comes down on is going to get dashed into pieces. Meaning, whatever way it happens, you're going to lose. We come up against the word of YAHAWASHI and his men. This is the greatest thing to be in, man. This is the greatest thing to be in, especially in the times that we're in right now. It's a blessing. The Lord said, blessed are your eyes for they see, man. That we understand what's going on right now. That we have the knowledge to know that we have to end this thing. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it surely will come. It will not tarry. And we're seeing brothers are waking up every day, man. Brothers are waking up. Esau's getting more and more closer to the Armageddon. This place, America's more and more being destroyed. What is it, like 66 Chipotle's are being shut down now. Everything's just being shut down. Why am I hearing about new businesses popping up that is giving hundreds of thousands of jobs? It's the complete opposite. People are losing jobs. Okay?
Why? Because America is done. Esau's ran its course. Esau's rulership has ran its course, man. Just like Babylon, just like Rome, just like Greece. It's nothing new. If you don't believe that America's going to be destroyed, just go to history. Look at ancient history. There's no more Rome around. There's no more Greece around. So what do you think this place is going to happen? What's going to happen in this place? The scripture says that there's only going to be one everlasting kingdom. Right? Remember that in Daniel? 7, right? 7, yeah. There's only going to be one kingdom that's going to be forever, man. And we are that kingdom. The kingdom of heaven is within us. We're going to have that kingdom. Go ahead.
Daniel chapter 7, verse 27. And the kingdom and the dominion and the great, you said 27, right?
Yeah. Start at 26.
26. Daniel chapter 7, verse 26. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion.
It says that the judgment shall sit. Meaning it ain't going to be, it's not going to be removed, it's not going to be disannulled, it's not going to be changed. It's like when you in a courthouse and the fucking judge said you're going to get 30 to life. And once he does that thing with the hammer, the gavel, that means that's it. Court case closed, court dismissed. Well, guess what? The judgment of these Edomites and the judgment of the elect of the kingdom of Israel is case closed. The Lord said, "I declared the end from the beginning," so it's over.
Right.
It's already been written, and on top of it been written, it's already been seen. The prophets have seen the kingdom already. We see the kingdom, man. Through the Spirit, we got visions of the kingdom, man. That's the Lord letting us know, like, this is what's going to happen. The Lord said, my word does not go out void. I'm not a man that I can't lie. The Lord not going to write. He's not going to put the Holy Spirit in men to write all this out just to say, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do that no more. He said, it's the Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. So he's going to please himself. And who's going to stop it? Who can stop the Lord from pleasing himself? And it's going to please the Lord for us to get the kingdom.
Right.
Basically, you're going to have, because we're going to have taskmasters basically in the kingdom. So those are like Hamites. It's like how you have taskmasters. Like, if we're going to be the kings, we're going to be the rulers, but we're going to be able to, everybody's going to be under us, but we're going to have these Edomites, we're going to sell them to these other nations to basically build up our kingdom elsewhere. And we're going to have them as taskmasters over it. So that's just like how they had taskmasters over us, even though a lot of the time it was our own people. Yeah, we had taskmasters over. You go into history, like a lot of the taskmasters were Israelites here in America, the overseers, so to speak. But we're in our kingdom, we're going to sell these Edomites to these other nations, and they're going to basically be slaves to everybody.
When they say it's perfect comparison, and they add on. When you how it is now, just think about like this is going to be us, so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, and Native Americans on top, and the heathens always in the middle. Like the heathens, like they call them extras. Remember, brother, compared to being extras in the movie, the heathens just the extras, and the actual the Edomites, so-called white race, is going to be the ones going to be in the bottom. So basically, it's going to be just the top and the bottom switch, but the heathens always going to be in the middle. They go wherever ruling. They go after whoever.
Yeah. Heathens, they're just meant to be slaves. Like, we can just sell. Heathens just go with like, you know what I'm saying, whoever's in power. It's just, that's where heathens go. They don't have a mentality of ruling. They don't have a rulership mentality. But see, Esau got a rulership mentality because Esau knows about the blessing of Jacob and Esau. He knows about that. So he has a rulership mentality, but he has a left-handed, a wicked rulership mentality.
Right.
Heathens, they don't have a rulership mentality. Even though they have ruled at one point in time in history, they don't got a rulership mentality. We are the real rulers, and we're going to have the righteous. We have the righteous mentality to rule righteously, and that's why our kingdom is going to be forever. So Scripture tells you that kingdoms only go down because of it being wicked, of unrighteous dealings and deceit.
But in the kingdom of heaven, we're not going to have unrighteous dealings. So the kingdom won't ever go down because YAHAWASHI is going to be the king on top of everything.
Right.
And we know that YAHAWASHI, if he's ruling the king, the righteous king, then everybody under all his other kings, which we hope to be, we're going to be in order. That's why we're going to put his laws in us so we can never go off. So our kingdom can never be destroyed. It's just really that simple. You keep the law, statutes, commandments perfectly, and you're gonna stay ruling, right? We're gonna get it.
Daniel chapter 7, verse 27 now.
Verse 26.
Verse 26. And verse 26. But the judgment shall sit, and it shall take away his dominion to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High.
See, under the whole heaven. So we're gonna be on the earth having rulership. It says the kingdom and the dominion. We're going to dominion. That means having dominance, having authority, having power. It's gonna be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. It didn't say it's gonna be given to everybody. That's actually very exclusive, man. Because not everybody's a saint. Only the ones who made the covenant, who made a covenant with the Lord by sacrifice of the saints. Who is that? The children of Israel. So we're gonna get the kingdom, right?
Whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom.
Whose kingdom is an everlasting, eternal kingdom, right?
And all dominions shall serve and obey him.
Who? YAHAWASHI. YAHAWASHI said he's gonna make us joint heirs. So we're gonna have something. Can you read the Psalm 3?
Numbers 35, verse 33. Numbers 35, verse 33. So you shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land.
So it says blood defiles the land. Now how was this place built? On the blood of the saints, the blood of the Israelites. Real quick, I believe it's I want to say Revelation 19, and start at 2. Read that again.
So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein.
It says that the blood can't be
Él es moreno.
that's
El sugrito es moreno.
Numbers 35, verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
So the land can't be cleansed of the blood. The land can't be cleansed by the blood unless the people or the person, the nation that put the blood of the saints, that shed the blood, their blood got to be shed. So that's how we know that America is going to be destroyed, utterly destroyed, because this place has been built on the blood of saints. Give me that in Revelation.
Revelation chapter 19, verse 2. For true and righteous are his judgments. For he hath judged the great whore,
Which is Babylon, right? Daughter of Babylon.
which did corrupt the earth with the fornication, and hath avenged the blood of his servants at her hand.
And it's raised the blood of his servants. Because this devil, he's been killing our people every day. Been shedding the blood of, and really it's going to get to the time where some of the prophets that are in this town right now, they're going to be martyred. So the innocent blood of the prophets, the ones that are out here, the ones who the Lord set forth to be martyred, that blood is going to be shed on this earth, on this land, and the Lord said he's going to revenge that blood. Because what we're doing is a righteous and innocent thing, and a great thing in the eyes of the Lord. But these devils, they're going to destroy, they're going to kill some of those prophets, some of those men, and that blood is going to cry out, just like how the blood of Abel cried out unto the Lord. So the Lord is going to revenge us of the destruction, of the wickedness of this place, man, of these devils. The Lord is not going to let these devils just slide off when killing his children. What father you know is going to will let somebody just kill their children and let them get away with it, when especially when he has the power to do something about it. Speaking of power, what do you think, with that whole thing, when his daughter getting killed, He about to go and kill the person who killed his daughter. Because he what? Because he had the power to do so. But how much more of the Heavenly Father that has all power in his hand? He's going to revenge the blood of his children. Right? You see, that's
Yeah. Let me read the wisdom.
Oh, yeah, give me wisdom of Solomon. Yeah. Start at the top.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 1. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of Yahweh, and there shall no more torment touch them. And the sight of the wise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery, and they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace.
There you go, man. They think if they kill us, it's utter destruction, but you kill the prophets, first of all, that's an automatic crown on our head. Scripture tells you that you dying in YAHAWASHI, you automatically gonna get crowned. And then on top of that, we're gonna be at peace because we're gonna be with YAHAWASHI in the spirit world. And then we're gonna be, whoever gets killed in YAHAWASHI, they're gonna be the first ones to rise. So you killing a saint, you killing a prophet, you doing him a favor, really. You doing him a favor. So it said that we're gonna be in peace. And then we're gonna come back and get the same devils that killed us. So death is not the solution, it's not the influence. Death isn't the solution for Esau for us, because the Lord defeated death. Esau don't have no solution when it comes to the prophet, when it comes to the elect. Because the Lord already got it sealed that those elect cannot be defeated, can't be touched.
For they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality.
So our hope is full of immortality, everlasting life, ruling, never being able to die, having those incorruptible, immortal bodies. The scripture tells you that man, talking about the Israelite man, we weren't created, we weren't supposed to be kids to die. We weren't supposed to die. We were supposed to be actual. When you're a son of a God, gods don't die. Even they show you that even like Greek mythology, Zeus and all that, they live forever because they're God. And we're sons of God.
Right.
We're supposed to live forever too. The Most High is ancient of days. The Lord don't got a beginning or an end. So if we're His children on earth, we're not supposed to have no end. No, we have a beginning, but we're not supposed to be able to die a mortal death. We're supposed to be living forever. And that's what we're going to get, that when YAHAWASHI returns, when we get our bodies changed, we're going to have incorruptible bodies. And that's what's going to make us, that's what's going to set us apart, ultimately set us apart from everybody else. Because these heathens ain't going to get that. They still going to die. They're going to live longer because the earth is going to be rejuvenated, but they're still going to die. They still going to have a sting of death. We're not going to die. We're just going to be gods. Like literally, what did Xerxes call himself? A god king? That's what we're going to be. We're going to be god kings on the earth, just totally different from everybody else. That's going to be the, and that's why they're going to serve us and worship us. Because in ancient Egypt, they used to worship the pharaohs, because they used to try to make themselves to make them think that they were gods, the pharaohs. They would try to say, I'm Ra reincarnated, because that's what they're sun gods. So a pharaoh was trying to say, I'm this god, I'm this god. So they would actually worship their pharaohs. But those are not real gods. They're men. Give me that in give me that in Egypt, Isaiah 33, I believe. But we're actually going to be gods, and it's going to be evident. We're going to be doing things that are supernatural. We're going to be living forever. So they're going to see that, and that's what they're going. That's why the whole earth, the whole world is going to worship us, because they're actually going to reference us as actually being gods in the earth.
Right.
And that's also in this earth right now. Even though they like regular men, but cats like Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Michael Jackson, those cats is actually doing things that these heathens, some Jakes can't do it, but these heathens can never do nothing like how these cats move. All these celebrities, all of our people, all the dancing, the pop locking, I don't want to say all that stuff, man. Yeah. So like, where the Michael Jordans at in India, in China, and that's not Jake. Cause that's also a stumbling block. Cause you got somebody come out there. Cause they try to say that Blake Griffin is representative for white people. Remember that? What? He said Blake Griffin is for us. Real talk. Imagine
That's what I'm saying. Look, just like a straight up. That's a dick spirit. And it's all about the spirit. That's why he said the spirit quickeneth the flesh profits nothing.
Right.
We're not up here talking about color, man. We use color for, a to lay a groundwork. But really, if you want to go spiritual, you don't ever got to bring up color. Only time we got to bring up color is because people are that carnal. People
Right.
are that simple-minded. If Esau, this devil, is one that did the separation by color.
Right.
He did that because he's the one that doesn't have the color. Everybody on earth got pigmentation besides him. So what he had to do was switch it. He had to say, well, my color is actually the good color, and everybody else got bad color.
Right.
But we don't got to talk about color. We can go to India and blend in with India. Not our spirit, but like the color.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to China. I seen something, I forgot what it was. It was like a commercial. And going in the Philippines, it was a commercial like basically a tourist attraction for the Philippines. Them Philippines dark as hell, yeah. Dark as hell. Vietnamese, dark as hell. But the ones that get uplifted are the light ones. That's why they bleach their skin. That's why when they come to America, they try to look like Edomites because Edomites are white.
Right.
But the majority of Filipinos and Chinese, they're dark. Exactly. The media.
Light-skinned ones and then the dark ones going out there.
Yep. The dark ones gets ostracized. Because Esau knows, like, look, in order for me to rule and for everybody to think that I'm actually God, God showed the people and God looks like me, I gotta make them think that my color is the right color.
Right.
He took his curse and tried to make it a blessing. He took his curse and tried to make it a blessing. That's the thing, man. They just fucked all the way, man. Like, everything about him is just he's just done. And now it's actually being presented through the Spirit of the Lord is being revealed. Scripture says, then shall that wicked be revealed. And they can't do nothing about it. So what we're saying is, not only is it spiritual, it's actually logical. It's spiritually logical about their appearance and why they look like that. So on and so forth. But finish that in what you talking about? Oh wait. Hold that.
Isaiah 31, verse 3. Now the Egyptians are men and not God.
Now, what is these devils' main objective? Just like how the Egyptians were doing, they wanted to be gods. The Egyptians wanted to be gods. Esau wants to be a Israelite. Esau wants to be a god. You go in Isaiah the 14th chapter, it says what? That he said, I shall be like the Most High. That's why they try to fuck with people's genetic makeup. They try to, do transhumanism. Try to make themselves live longer. They really want to live forever because they know that's the ultimate blessing. If you live forever, you got to be a god. No human, no mortal is going to be able to live forever. So these devils, what they're trying to do through their technology, is trying to get everlasting life. But they can't because that's a promise that's only made to the children of Israel. Immortality is only a promise made to a son of a god. You can't promise. This ain't like, who was that? Who was that? Hercules in mythology where he became a god? I think what's Hercules that he was a son of Zeus, but he was like Zeus had sex with the human.
It was Hercules.
It was Hercules, and when he died,
Sound like Hercules.
he became a god. Esau, you gotta be a son of God to be a god. Like you can't try to make yourself a god. That's the thing about being an Israelite. You can't make yourself an Israelite. You're either Israelite or you're not.
Right.
You can't say I converted to being a Jew. There's no such thing because you spiritually gotta be a god first to be the son, to be the fleshly. Even though we're in these human chains of darkness, but you gotta actually, your spirit gotta be a son of God for you to be an Israelite.
That's right.
It's the deal that the Lord made with his children. That's why he only came to Moses. That's why he only said, you are my special people, you're above everybody else.
Right.
He made us gods. We didn't make ourselves gods. So how these heathens gonna make themselves gods? We didn't even make ourselves gods. The Lord made us gods. And that's why, like the brother said, that's why even in these chains of darkness, we're able to do what we do. Even under these worst conditions that we're in, we're able to do the things that Jake does, man. Because our spirits are the sons of God. Right? So we definitely talk to them.
Now the Egyptians are men and not God.
And we know that we're in spiritual. These are the new pharaohs.
Right.
They're men and they're not gods. Go ahead.
And their horses flesh and not spirit.
They're weaponry. They're fighter jets. That's all been made
their technology's been made by the hands of men. What our technology that we got is going to be spiritual. That's why I say the horses is flesh and not spirit. The chariots, those are coming from the spiritual dimension. Our power that we're going to get to raise the dead, to heal the sick, to cleanse the leper, to destroy, to have telekinesis, walk on water, things like that. If we're not doing that with the flesh, that's from the spirit. The spirit quickens. That's why, in order to get that, you got to be what? Faith. You got to have faith, because faith comes from the spirit. It doesn't come from the flesh.
Right.
Jesus says that we walk by faith and not by sight. These devils, they walk by the sight. They walk by what they can do with their hands. If I can do it with my hands, that's what I trust in. And that's what Esau does.
Right.
That's how Esau has polluted our people to think, if I can see it, then I'll believe. But the real power comes from within the spirit. And that's how we're going to be able to do all these things on the earth that this earth has never seen, because it comes from the spirit, having belief, having faith that it's possible to do. Because the Lord simply says that with God, nothing's impossible.
That's right.
So you have the faith, if you have the faith of the power of YAHAWASHI, we're literally going to be able to do anything that we want. When you go to the scriptures, YAHAWASHI was able to teleport. Philip teleported. Through the spirit, said the spirit that carried him from one city to the next, just like that. Teleported. That's what. That's having faith. That's having spirit. And that's what he said. Who's that for again? He said that the horses.
Now the Egyptians are men and not God, and the horse is flesh and not spirit.
There you go. So Esau makes a fighter jet that can move at the sound of speed of faster the speed of sound, right? But he made that was like Mach 7. He can't move. He had to actually make the Lord gave him technology to be able to do that. And we're actually, our body's going to be able to actually move at the
Speed of light.
The speed of light. But the speed of light is the highest, is the fastest thing, the speed of light. We're going to actually be able to move like that. Right?
When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they all shall fail together.
So when you go into was that Jeremiah 51st chapter, it tells you that the Lord is going to make us as battle axe and weapons of war. We're going to be able to, we're going to take us, we're not going to need a bat, we're not going to need a gun, we're not going to need a machete, we're not going to need none of that. It's going to be us, the Lord going to use us as the weapon to do what we're doing. Can you go back to that?
What was that Solomon? Yeah. What was that? I started at verse 4, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded, for Yahweh proved them and found them worthy for himself.
That's what we were talking about earlier, man. Like the shit that we go through being in this truth, it's really light work. Give me 2 Corinthians 4th chapter. It's really light work. And like when you think about the kingdom and what we're going through, we're not really going through anything. Like it says that the sufferings of this world cannot be compared to the glory that's going to be revealed in us.
Right.
So even the hell that we're catching, the vexation that we're going through, the fact that we don't got, the fact that we, gotta work every day, the fact that we gotta pinch pennies, the fact that we don't got a woman to be our pillar of rest, brothers, single, all that's really light. You read that part again where it says that the affliction.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 4. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. And having been a little chastised,
A little chastised, man. That's the Lord. What we're going through is considered a little. It's considered minute, and that's how you gotta remember it, man. It feels heavy. It hurts. It sucks. Of course, it sucks. But it's little. It's not really nothing. It's just endurance, patience. The Lord's saying, look, I'm giving you a little bit, but I'm about to give you something that you're gonna want to say, I didn't deserve it. I don't deserve this for what I went through.
Right.
Exactly. And that's why the Lord said that his mercy is everlasting, like his mercy is great. Because he's given us, we're going through this hell, this persecution, is really to make us stronger, make us our minds, make our minds stronger, So us going through it is actually for our benefit anyway, going through the hell. Us going through this right now is purifying us. So that we don't have to be zombified like these people, man. The majority of humanity
Right.
being zombified.
And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For Yahweh proved them and found them worthy for himself.
Prove them. This is we gotta show the proof. We gotta show, we gotta endure, and the Lord is proving us to be the elect where we are by enduring. And how is he doing it? By making us go through this fire, by making us go through this persecution, which once again is being a little chastised. And the scripture says that we haven't even strived yet into blood. When the time when Esau comes down upon us, the hour of temptation, that's when it's going to be the final exam. We're just taking quizzes right now. When you go through your week and something happens, that's a pop quiz. You didn't know what's going to happen, but that's a little pop quiz that you got to go through, that you got to get through.
Right.
So you just got to take it. Now, if you've been studying, if you've been constantly studying, when that pop quiz comes, you'll be able to pass it. Studying how? Staying in the scriptures, meditating, fasting, praying. So when that pop quiz happens, you're like, oh yeah, I'm ready for this. You go back to the scriptures, you remember, this scripture for this scripture for that. So your mind is constantly prepared for all the tests that you're going to get. And that's how the Lord proves you. Because in the end, what you do, you graduate, you get the crown, you get the everlasting life. Go ahead.
As verse 6 of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3. As gold in a furnace have we tried and received them as a burnt offering, and in the time of their visitation they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble.
That's right, man, like gold in a furnace. Because all the gold that people got on now, that gold wasn't like that in the beginning. That gold had to go through a purification process for you to get it on your wrist or on your neck. And that purification process is fire. Gold goes through a melting process. It goes through a lot of heat in order for it to shine and look like that. So that's what the Lord is doing to us. In order for you to shine, the scripture tells you that in Isaiah 13th chapter,
right,
that the light is going to be more precious than fine gold. In order for you to shine, you got to go through the fire. You got to go through the pain. You got to go through the affliction. It tells you through the acceptable measure, the furnace of affliction. So the Lord, to accept us, he got to put us through the fire. YAHAWASHI went through it. So how can we not go through it? The Lord said that the servant is not greater than the master. We got to, the Lord, if I was saying he went through that, he goes the most hell. He went through the hottest fire.
Right.
We got to go through the fire. And that's just what it is. If you want to get the glory with YAHAWASHI, you got to go through the mud with it. You want to be sitting next to YAHAWASHI in his kingdom, you got to go through the heat that he went through. And it's all really for our benefit, for us to go through the fire. It's making us better. Go ahead.
Yep. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people.
So after you go through the fire, it's like this. The Lord said, I'm going to give you the reward now. This is the reward. Read it.
They shall judge the nations, and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him.
Faithful in love. This is the love, man. This is the greatest love. Pushing his word out. Waking up our people, man. And being faithful. Being constant. You being in this truth. The scripture says you gotta give all diligence, man. Not some diligence, not sometimes. Alright? Because the Lord talks about, being lukewarm. You gotta be faithful in love. Because the Lord is faithful towards us.
Right.
All the times that we went off, he didn't say, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to just deal with another nation. He said, I'm still dealing with you. I'm going to choose yet, have mercy on Jacob and yet choose Israel. But the Lord is merciful, faithful towards us. We got to be faithful towards him and his will, which is the what? To come out here and do this work. And that's not even just being out here. That's talking about on your day-to-day, every day, man. When you by yourself, being a soldier, being solid, when you a soldier, when you not with everybody else. How are you operating in that time? That's being faithful. Because you can try to fake the fuck amongst brothers, but the Lord said he searches the heart. He's going deep into your mind, see what you're really about.
Right.
And if when you go into that corner, that dark corner of your spirit, if you don't find his work there, if you don't find you really loving him in that part, then he don't want you. He don't want you, right? And that's why it's the scripture says that you got to serve the Lord with fear and trembling. Every day, this is what you got to be about, man.
every day. And the Lord won't be with you. If you really sincerely want it, the Lord won't be with you. The Lord said, what? Behold, I stand and knock at the door. If you open up, I'm gonna be with you. And I'm gonna keep you. And I'm gonna be with you forever, man, throughout whatever you're going through. No matter what you're going through, and he said I'm not gonna put you through more than what you can handle. So even if brother's going through hell, understand it. The Lord made it that way for you to go through it, just so that you can be refined and be better and be delivered. And he's not gonna put you through something that's gonna make you fall off. Exactly. Yep, you got top executives killing themselves. So you know money's not the answer. They got millions of dollars and they're depressed, man. The most depressed people are rich people. People that got a lot of money. You see, it's crazy. And you see a lot of Jake that's poor and everything. But they be in good spirits. They be looking, hey brother, how you doing? Like that. It's there you go. More money, more problems. So you know that money's not the answer. Money is not gonna deliver you in the day of wrath, man. It's only this wisdom and knowledge of the Lord, man.
That's right.
YAHAWASHI said what? My peace I give you, not the peace of this world. Okay? You're gonna have tribulation in this world, but we have good cheer overcame this world. So it's about really having this comfort of the Holy Spirit through the scriptures, understanding it. That's what's gonna keep it.
2 Corinthians 4 verse 1. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not, but have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry,
This is what we're doing. The ministry is to serve. We're out here serving the elect, man. We gotta be shepherds and serving the sheep. Lord willing, when we get built up, they go and start moving too. Right?
as we have received mercy, we faint not.
We got mercy. This is mercy for the Lord to wake us up.
Come.
Imagine not knowing about this truth in this time, man. That's scary. Not knowing about what's about to hit this place. They try to say ignorance is bliss, but really, it's not. It feels like it's bliss, but when the Lord is going to reveal everything, and He's going to reveal, everybody's going to know about. Everybody's not going to be ignorant. He's going to make everybody realize what it's really about, man. That it's really about Him. And how He's going to do that? By the wrath, by the destruction, by the famine, by the pestilences, by this economy collapsing. So everybody that was ignorantly blissful, they're all going to be aware. They're going to be aware and they're going to be sad. But we, Lord willing, are going to be happy in that day. Their ignorance is going to be their demise. Right? And He said that we receive this mercy, we faint not. Because we can't faint now that we got the mercy of the Lord giving us the knowledge. We can't faint in the truth. The Lord said, what? Be not faint-hearted. Man. Don't be faint-hearted. Don't be weary in well-doing. Because in due season, you're going to reap. And what's the reaping? The kingdom. Right? And that's what we do. Give them the water. As YAHAWASHI said, I give you water, and I give you the water I give you, you will never thirst again.
Verse 2, but have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of God deceitfully.
That's right. Because we out here giving the whole truth, man. We're not like this passage was don't even happen to. We're not like other, camps that are lying to the people. We're handling the word. This word, you don't play with the Most High's word, man.
Right.
The Lord not playing when it comes to teaching His doctrine, teaching the truth, in sincerity and in truth, man. Because you have people that can use His word to give a feel-good message to get money. For filthy, they say they do it for filthy lucracy, man. Because the Lord will jack you up. He will jack you up for dealing with the word, dealing with His word deceitfully, man. For dealing with His sheep deceitfully. Go ahead.
But by manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of God. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost.
Hey, so if our gospel be hid, they say to the ones that was meant for be hid. Because the Lord said it, man, that this truth ain't for everybody.
Right.
And we gotta, that's one of the first things you gotta come to grasp when you come into this truth. That you might have a best friend or a brother or whatever that you want to get this truth, but it's not for everybody. And if it be hid, meaning they're hearing it, but they don't understand it, they don't receive it, it's because it
it was meant for them not to get it. The majority of Israelites are meant to not get the truth, man. And that's just how it is. That's right. It's just that's how it is. So it's not, you don't got to get all messed up and bugged out. The Lord said, I got my 7,000 that has not bowed down to the all. The Lord God is elect. His elect is always going to be his elect. All we got to do is come out here and teach. If people want by it, don't want to receive it, they want to laugh at it, that's on them. That's not hurting us. They're actually, Scripture says that if they don't receive you, YAHAWASHI said if they don't receive you, shake off the dust, but know that the kingdom of heaven was nigh unto you. When we come out here, we're really the kingdom of heaven. We're the kingdom of heaven right now, because the Lord said that the kingdom of heaven is within you. So we're teaching the people the kingdom of heaven, but they walk by in it. That's them walking by salvation. That's them walking by immortality. But jump to verse 17. And you get your piece of it.
For our light affliction, 2 Corinthians 4, verse 16, for which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day.
That's right, man. Even though we don't faint, because we know that we're building up in the spirit, man. We're trying to get built up in the spirit. Even though the outward man, we're literally dying every day. As soon as you're born, you're decomposing. Your body's decomposing.
Right.
So we know that this right here, that's why the Lord says flesh and blood can inherit the kingdom. Because this right here is decomposing. It's not going to last forever. But our spirits, us staying in this gospel and staying in this truth, that's what's getting renewed every day. By watching the news, by watching the prophecy, that's what's building us up every day to continue in this battle. Go ahead.
For our light affliction, which is but for a moment.
But for a moment. It's a moment, man. The time that I've been in the truth, it feels like it went by like that. Man.
Right.
In the affliction that you're going through, it's only going to be for a moment. Because what is, let's say, 10 years? The elders been in for 30 plus years. What's 30 years to eternity? There's no comparison. You go through hell for 5, 6, 7, 8 years that you've been in the truth. Because we know we have to end. This place don't got 100 years. This place don't got 50 years. This place don't got, it don't, look, you don't know the day of the hour, but the way it's going, it don't got that much time. It don't got that much time in it. So we endure now for, let's say, Lord forbid, 2 more years. What is that 2 more years to eternity of having the kingdom? That's only but for a moment. So you sacrifice the pleasures of this world for a few years, really, for a few years to get eternal life, to get the kingdom. That sounds like an uneven trade in our opinion. An uneven trade in our opinion. The Lord set it up. He knows it's like that, but that's how much he loves us.
For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, working for us as far more exceeding an eternal weight of glory.
Working for us for a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory, man. Eternal weight of glory. That means we're gonna be glorified through YAHAWASHI forever, man. Eternal weight of glory. That's what these are the things that you gotta keep in your mind when you're going through the hell, when you're feeling like getting up. Just think about these scriptures and think about what we're going to get, how it's going to be forever, how it's not going to be compared to what we're getting now, how we don't even know what we're going to get. It's something that eyes have not seen. We got some certain things, but it goes far beyond what we can even imagine.
Right.
But you gotta believe it, because it starts with your faith. You gotta actually, you really believe that we're gonna get it. And if you don't really believe it, then you're not gonna, you can try to fake it, but eventually you're just gonna be like, you know what, I'm gonna go back to the world. Because there's only 2 types of people. There's only faithful, believers, and non-believers. You either believe it, you want it, or you don't believe it, and you don't want it. So that's why the scripture says, examine yourself whether you be in the faith. Do you really have the true belief that this is what we're gonna get? And if you do believe it, then you gotta show you believe it. You can't just believe, because people say faith without works is dead. You can't just believe it. We want you to prove that you believe it. Show me you believe it. Give it up. Give up this world and work towards the kingdom.
Right.
But seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and His treasure, and everything else is going to be added. There you go.
That's right.
And speaking of storing up your treasures in heaven, because people in this world, the faithless people in this world, they trust in this system, they trust in their riches and their money, but little do they know there's a price on the cross. And also, this is what the Lord said on, let's start. There's the book of Proverbs chapter 23, verse, we start 4. Labor not to be rich, seek from thine own wisdom. Without set thine eyes upon that which is not, for riches certainly make themselves wings, they fly away as an eagle toward heaven. And that's what happened right now with this money system. And these riches that people have and aspire to get don't mean nothing. Your FRNs, your dollar bills don't mean nothing.
That's right.
You get it and you lose it. Pocket, you got what does it say? Holes in pockets.
Pockets with holes.
Your
Pockets with holes.
That's your money.
I really feel like holes with pockets.
Yeah, because like when you think about it, you get your check. Let's say your check is, I'm speaking $700. Are you really going to be able to keep that $700 and do what you want with it? No, because first of all, taxes taken out, so you probably make more than, because you ain't got to pay gross pay. But you got $700, you got to pay. You may got to pay $300 for rent. You got to pay your phone bill, and your car insurance might be due. Or you might have to forget, you might have to lack some bills. Like, yo, you know what? I get that next go around. People done it. And that's why this is a debt-based system, because this money don't mean nothing.
Right.
That's why the Lord said labor not to be rich, because it don't mean nothing.
It don't mean shit.
And the riches,
That's why YAHAWASHI said, man.
Riches get pulled.
Because of the deceitfulness of riches, man. But you got Matthew 13, like 38. Matthew 13, 38. It talks about the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches. Because people actually are deceived to think that riches actually is what is needed in order to have, have the kingdom. They think that if I got money, I made it. But that's why the Lord is going to just take the money away. He's going to take away that God. That's a God. Money is a God in this world. The Lord is going to destroy that God. He's going to wipe out riches, and then what you going to have? He's going to destroy all the gods of the earth. Right? Money is a God. You got people that idolize those people. So their gods are occupied. You got these idols, actual statues. We're going to destroy every single idol, man. Every single idol. You got it? Is that what the one says?
Matthew chapter 13, verse 22. He also that receives seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word. And the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word and become a fruit.
And that's one of the main reasons why brothers fall out of the truth. Is because the cares of this world, man. The cares of this world. They care about this life. When this life is, what is there to care about, really? Yeah. Like, you really trick yourself into thinking that this life is actually the epitome of living.
Right.
So you fall out the truth, you fall out what you really supposed to be fighting for because of the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches. Because putting your trust in riches is actually deceiving you. Because we all know that it's fake. It's funny money, it's fake. And that it's not worth nothing. So you trick yourself into thinking that this is really worth something. So when you do that and you put your riches in that, you put your mind, your treasures, as we were saying before, you put your treasures in your heart in that, then you're going to fall back into the ways of this world because that's what these devils promote. These devils promote the money. Their faces on the money. So you really are promoting their God. Now we understand that money is an offense, but that ain't the end all be all, man. So you got something?
Hebrews 11, verse 7. By faith, Noah, being warned of God of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith.
There you go. It's by faith. It's actually something else. By faith, man. It has to do all with faith, man. It's all about having faith in what the Lord said He's going to do, the promise, man. That's what it all goes back to. Noah had faith that the Lord was going to deliver him from the flood. Even before it happened, he had faith. Right?
Hebrews 11:23. By faith, Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents because they saw he was a proper child and they were not afraid of the king's commandment. By faith, Moses, when he was come of years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter.
So Moses was highly ranked in Egypt, man. He was a man in Egypt. But he said by faith he refused to be on that level. He refused to sell out, basically. Because our people, Jay-Z could be considered a sellout type of, if gold sold out, that would be Jay-Z, being highly ranked in Egypt right now. But what Moses had faith in the actual promise and actually being,
Verse 25, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High.
there you go. Because the affliction has to be suffered. It has to be suffered in order to get what it said, no pain, no gain.
Right.
That's what you gotta go through, man. You gotta go through the affliction of suffering in order to get the reward. It is. And the Lord said, I'm gonna afflict you, but I'm gonna deliver you. I'm gonna put you through it, but I'm gonna get you a way to get out of it. So it's not like he's putting you through it and say, yo, find your way out of it. No, he said, you go, keep steadfast, keep faithful, and I'm gonna get you out of it. Right?
Then to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
Run it back.
Choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
Enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. You know how seasons come and go? Summer is going to be fall, winter. That's what this is, man. This life is just a season. It's a moment in time for a short season. But guess what? The kingdom of heaven is going to be one season. The old saying in Rome says the sun doesn't set on Rome. Well, it did set on Rome. That was a lie. But the sun ain't going to set on us. We're going to have the same season of the kingdom forever, being rulers forever.
Right.
There ain't going to be a season of the kingdom. And then we got to go back into slavery. 1,000 years is over. We got to go back into slavery now. Eternity is eternity, man.
Right.
Exactly. The judgment shall sit. There ain't no season of the kingdom of heaven. That's why I tell you that, man. Like, hey, this is what it is. The Lord said heaven and earth may pass away, but my word will never pass away.
Right.
This age is the age of Israel is an everlasting age. You saw that this age right now is eon, but the age of Israel is everlasting. This is a perpetual, non-stop. So Moses, when he said, choosing to suffer the affliction, that was for a moment. It's like committing adultery. You commit adultery to get that nut for that moment. And then you get the nut. And then you walking out the crib and then the husband comes back. Now you're going to get killed.
Right.
Just for the season. Just to get that nut for that moment.
Right.
You like too, brother.
Right.
Right. You know about yourself. That's good. That's good. You know America's going to be destroyed too. During third world wars.
Right.
The Lord, I'll say YAHAWASHI is coming back to deliver the children of Israel. Elect.
That's right.
Now, y'all here telling our people to get their minds right. Yep. Peace for our people. No more suffering. No more affliction. No more being slaves to these devils.
Right.
No more prisons. No more drugs. No more black on so-called black and black homicide.
Right.
No more Hispanic on Hispanic. Yeah, that. No more single mothers. That's what the kingdom of heaven is. That's what we are telling our people. But the way to get that, you got to come back to the Lord. Because the Lord put that on us because we went away from it. So in order to get it off of us, we got to come back to it. Give me one scripture before we go. Give me Baruch 4. Right there. Baruch 4 and where it says, seek them 10 times more. Fourth chapter.
Baruch chapter 4, verse 26. My delicate ones have gone rough ways and were taken away as a flock. Caught of the enemies.
These are enemies. How we got over it? Got over here and it's the slave ship. It said my delicate ones. Our people supposed to be delicate towards each other. And that's what's happening. People lie towards their brother. You know,
You got so-called black people killing each other over Jordans. Stepping on a pair of Jordans or something. Or for some money. That's social media, you know? That's what we're supposed to be delicate towards each other. We're supposed to be loving towards each other. But we're going rough ways. So now that we see our people are supposed to be the beauty of the earth. And we see our people, we're beautiful people. But because we've been brought low, because we've been against the Lord, both at the commandments, we've gone rough ways now. So our people are looked at as being beasts, doesn't have self-control, thinking that all we do is rob, steal, and kill. But we're supposed to be actually kings and priests of the earth. Everybody's supposed to look at us and see the Most High.
Right.
But that's not what's happening right now. Because we're mistaken. Our enemy, so-called white man, is our chief. These other nations are enemies too. But we're not supposed to be enemies towards each other. You on YouTube. We don't got nothing. We don't got no fly, but we out here every Saturday. Every Saturday we out here. Okay, yeah. The brother is there. I always stand. Yeah. That's good. Our people gotta wake up. Hey, Lord willing.
That's right.
That's what we're looking for. We're looking for the people that's tired of this place. Right. Because our people, you gotta be tired of this place. You gotta get there, man. You gotta get out of here. We need rest. We need access.
That's right.
He said that we're gonna sing aloud upon
right.
our bed. You wake up singing, or you wake up stressed over bills and having to worry about all the BS of this world.
Hey, that's good.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Praying that we get out of here. But in the kingdom, we're gonna be waking up singing. Waking up, you see him coming to America? That's how we're gonna wake up. You see when you woke up, whatever you want behind us, that's what we're gonna have, man. That's the promise of the king for our people. And it's only for us. It's not how they try to say these churches. It's for everybody. The Lord only loves Israel.
That's right.
We're the Israelites, the sons of the cloud. Every Saturday, bro. All right? Okay? You too, bro. That's you? Kazuan. Yeah. Please, brother.
Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto Yahawah, for he shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you.
There you go, man. The Lord remembered. Lord didn't forget, man. Lord didn't forget. The Lord said that even if you want to forget, I didn't forget. I didn't forget what these devils did to you. I didn't forget that you're my children. Even if you want to forget that you're my children, nah, niggas, y'all my children.
Right.
Y'all will, and guess what? Because y'all my children, I'm gonna beat your ass. But I'm gonna save a certain of y'all so that I can bring all y'all back to being my children. But that's the love. That's the love that the Lord has for us, man. He said, be of good comfort, man. Go run that back right there.
Baruch chapter 4, verse 27. Oh,
That's what it is. That's what the Lord said. I got 7,000 that has not bowed down, man. We don't know. Just because it's out here, we got a few brothers listening, bro. This word, the Lord's word, is, as Scripture says, the Spirit is like the wind, man.
Right.
It's everywhere. The word is everywhere, man. That's why the brother was saying about it. God is Israelite. I never seen him before, but he heard about us. And it's not really about us. He heard about the word, the true gospel of YAHAWASHI now It's a contagious thing. Righteous virus. It's like an epidemic. And Esau knows it. That's why he wants to shut everything down.
Shalak, my pops just watched the video and he texted me and said, I'm an Israelite. Now I believe it.
I was telling the brother, my barber, he was talking to another barber, but they know I'm an Israelite, they know what I'm about. And they talking to the other barber, he's like, oh, you know, I don't know first name. He's like, you know, this person, blah, blah, blah. He's an Israelite now. He's like, yeah, I heard. He's like, that's all we want to talk about. I was like, who is this? He's like, one of my boys. I never met the guy, but that's just a testimony that this word is going out. And the Lord is waking people up. They're not just hearing it, they're actually changing. Because you got a lot of people that know, I'm Israelite, but they're not really changing. But you got a lot of people that actually changing their ways and coming back to being the son of the power. It's not about just saying I'm an Israelite and we're fringes. It's about actually changing your mind first.
Right.
Renewing your mind.
That's the whole issue.
Yeah.
When I was watching the video today, I was talking to Ron. Like, everybody has a different view.
God.
And you gotta watch out who you touch and who you.
Yeah.
But that shit, we always talk about that in the spirit, but we broke it down with the science. When you go home, you gotta like wash yourself. If you touching people's hands that got demons on them, it messes with your frequencies and stuff like that. You take that home, you might argue with your wife and stuff like that. First thing you do is wash your hands, take a cold shower to wash that off. So once you're in the truth, and then like you said, the angels celebrate every time they wake up.
Right.
It's a reborn, it's like a different actual frequency and
A new man.
and energy. You look at brothers' eyes, brothers got something in their eyes that nobody else got in this world. Brothers and sisters in the truth, they got something in their eyes, that innocence, that goodness,
The purity.
that purity.
The holiness. There's a holiness separate. That's why you're not supposed to, lay no hand, settle in no man. Because you're doing that, you don't know what this person's about.
Right.
So it's supposed to prove every brother. Because you're not supposed to, don't want to have, I mean, the scripture says that you're going to have, people that come in unawares. That's just, the devil being the devil. But you're not really supposed to have demons around you, man. You're not supposed to have those demons. That's why you're not so, the scripture says, what communication does YAHAWASHI have with Baal? They can't mix. Can two walk together unless they be agreed?
Mm-hmm.
You can't mix, man. The left hand not gonna mix with the right hand. Go ahead. You understand?
My delicate ones have gone. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. The things upon you, read on 27. Now, verse 28. For as it was your mind to go astray from Yahweh, so be it returned, seek him 10 times more.
There you go, man. So that's speaking about a certain people that had the knowledge of YAHAWASHI. It was their mind to go astray, which is when they became, like unto the heathens, they became indulged in the heathenistic customs. But now we're in a high time to repent, high time to come out of sleep. So seek him harder. Seek him 10 times more. Perfect your times, man. Go search these scriptures, search the face of YAHAWASHI even harder, man, because this is the time to seek him.
Right.
Because if you don't seek the Lord, when time for the hell to come, he ain't gonna seek you. And you're gonna try to seek him at that point, and then he's gonna be hid from you. Yeah, you're gonna be playing hide and seek, and you ain't gonna find him, man. Lord said that what? I shall return into my place until they acknowledge their sins, therefore acknowledge their faces, man. If you try to seek the Lord and he don't want to be found by you, you ain't gonna find him. So right now is the time that the Lord is actually showing himself to Israel. Showing himself to, I'm here, I'm having my hands stretched out. This is the time for you to come and find me. And when the time comes where all our hell breaks loose, you ain't gonna find him with that time. No, but we're gonna end up with that. Lord willing, is edified unto the elect. All praise on the glory to YAHAWASHI.
YAHAWASHI.
Shalom to the house of David, man. Shalom.